Hi, how are you guys? Nice to see you. I'm back for episode 2. I had a little time this morning. The kids are keeping themselves busy. My husband's at work, so I thought I would get on here and record another little podcast for you. Today is Saturday, March 12th. It's a very nice day out. It's a little cloudy right now, but it's going to be a high of 17 degrees. Unheard of for these parts in Airdrie, Alberta, Canada. We have no snow. We haven't had snow for a month, so it's been all gone. So it's been really nice. Very cool. I'm talking about the temperature for a reason, and I'll show you that later. But I am Polka Dot Creek on Facebook, Instagram, and Etsy. I love to quilt, sew, crochet. I'm a new knitter, so I've been learning how to knit, and I'll show you some of my knitted things now in a few minutes. But I just want to say thanks for coming to watch me. Thanks for anybody who's new. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks to my friends that watched me before. I appreciate all your kind comments that you did for me, and especially my friend Amber and Kim. You guys made my day. It was so funny. Thanks for watching me. Today I'm wearing my Thread Happens shirt. I got from statelytype.com, I believe it is. And all these threads all over. Like, seriously, I look down half the time and I'm picking thread off me. Which I thought was funny. That's why I bought the shirt, but I know better, but I still go to do it because, well, I do have threads all over me anyway. So, you know, I have quite a few t-shirts. I'll be wearing them all for you. So if you know anybody else that has t-shirts like these, let me know. Hit me up. It's fun. I like them. They're cute. So today, I think I'm going to get this new quilt up on the long arm. These are the squares that I showed you from last podcast. I got them all sewed up into a quilt top yesterday, and they look so pretty and cute. All the little interlocking squares and all the pretty cute patterns. I think I'm going to use this fabric for backing. It's bright, cheerful, cute, just like the fabrics on the other one. It is by Riley Blake Designs. It was a Christmas one I got last year that I had made some aprons out of, and I got some left, so I think I have just enough for the backing. Home for the Holidays collection by Doodlebug Designs for Riley Blake. So, super cute. And I think it coordinates well. Upside down. It's still upside down. There you go. And the colors are pretty close to the same. There's not lime green in the quilt top, but there's the gray and red, so it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm kind of a backing snob. I like it to kind of match, you know. I still have fabric left from that line. But here's a fat quarter bundle I haven't opened yet. So this is what it looks like. The grays, the aquas, the greens, the reds, and the kind of white creamy little volumes. It's called Holly's Tree Farm by Sweetwater for Moda. Yes, I have more. Yes, I've already made a quilt out of this. That's number 2 back there. And they even have more than this. But I love it, and I am such a sucker for Christmas fabric. It only comes out once a year. I love it. So there'll be more made in that. Maybe some coordinating pillows. Definitely some table runners, and definitely another quilt for me. This one, I think I'm going to save for the craft sales later on in the year. I have a very cute snowflake pantograph to use on it from Urban Elements with a Z.com that I get all my pantos from. So it's a really cute snowflake, so I think I'm going to try it out. And I think I'm going to use some white thread, I think, for the bobbin thread and the top thread because there's quite a bit of white on there. So I like my quilting to not take away from the all over design because I spend a lot of time picking the fabrics, picking the pattern, and I love the fabric so much that I don't want to, and the pattern, that I don't want to take away from it. I kind of want to just enhance it, make it look cute, a little better, but I'm not going to go crazy. I haven't done a lot of quilting on my own, like done mostly pantos. So when I get a little bit more comfortable with that, and I'm getting quite good now, I think I'll do some more I'll try some custom quilting and see how it goes. I'm just a little nervous yet to do that. And I love the pantos that I have, so I want to use them. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. The kids are still entertaining themselves. At least get it loaded and get the quilt backing made, I think. and then we'll see. Once it's on there, it's easy to just go and start quilting. And it's the hard part for me is getting that backing made. It's so big. And then if I add up wrong, and then it comes out too small, oh, it drives me crazy. But it's kind of a boring thing to do. You just want to get it quilted. Once it's done, you just want to do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. Now, I was talking about the temperature, I think, today because my mom and I and one of my friends, Jessie, started a crochet along January 1st. It is a temperature afghan. So it's getting quite big now because it is middle of March. So this is my temperature afghan. Crocheted. It's a granny stripe pattern. You pick whatever pattern you like to do, or you want to do, or you want to try. It is a row for every day of the year. What we do is we go by the high of the temperature of the day, and we're in Celsius, so today's going to be the high of 17. It's supposed to be. So that would still be this light green color for us. So I'm doing the granny stripe because I think it looks good. I like the look of it. It looks really neat. My mom's doing a ripple, wavy ripple, and her rows come out quite a bit wider than each of my rows. So like her afghan right now is double the size of mine. It looks cool. The pattern looks really cool, but it's going to be big. I don't remember how much I changed to start with, but I made it wide enough to fit my king-size bed because I knew with 365 rows, it was going to be a monster by the end of the year. So that's what it looks like. That's the bottom. That's the start. And then pink was the coldest. Now, for everybody in the States, we added 2 more colors for colder weather because we get really cold here. So I picked a gray and a pink to go down to like minus 20 degrees and colder, but it hasn't got that cold this year. We haven't even got that much snow. Like we haven't had snow on the ground for a month now. So I haven't even used one of the colors. There is no gray. Pink is the coldest. And then I think the light purple, and then the darker purple, and then teal, and then aqua is nice, and then the spring greeny color are the really nice spring colors. So I think today is gonna be another one of these colors. So by the end of the year, you get this whole neat blanket, and there's more colors too. There's yellows and reds and a different green for summery colors. So, but when you get back down to fall and Christmas, or fall and winter, later this year, it's going to end up being these colors again. So like it'll be starting and ending with these colors, and gradually getting into warmer colors and then back down to these colors. So it's going to look really cool, I think. It's random. If it drives you crazy because it's not a particular pattern, well, don't do it. Because there's some really big stripes in there of the teal. And that's just how it turns out. That's the beauty of it, though. Just wanted to see what it was going to look like. So I'm using loops and thread acrylic yarn from Michaels that I get. You need quite a bit. I've already been through a couple of balls of each color, and it's only March, so I wanted something a little inexpensive, something tough that'll stand up over time in washing, because it's going to be so big it's going to be dragged around. It might be a good picnic blanket, or in my mom's case, maybe a carpet. It's going to be so big and it's only March, but it's going to be cool and fun, and I like it. So, and it's getting to the point where it's big now. It almost covers me a little bit while I'm crocheting. So it's good for when it's cold out. In the summer, it might be a real pain when it's so big and it's warm out and I'm crocheting, but that's okay. I like to use these hooks for crocheting, clover hooks. I'm using the size 5. You probably can't see that. 5.0 millimeter or H. I like the little bit of grip that it has. Not too big a grip, but I find that it helps with sore hands and fingers when you're crocheting. So I like these. And I got these from Michaels. I always use my coupons, so yeah. So that's also what I'm working on. So each row takes me about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. I do it at the end of the day. I actually wait a couple of days and do 2 or 3 at the same time. because sometimes you just don't have 15 minutes in the end of the day when there's basketball or badminton and work or whatever, or you're just tired. But I can do this one pretty easily, pretty quick, so really it's only a few minutes at the end of the day, or half an hour or a little more at the end of 3 days. But that's fun, and I like it, and it's going to be neat and random and cute, I think. So another thing I've been working on is learning how to knit. I've been knitting socks, and I just dropped one. These are the ones I just finished for myself. And I did a two at a time toe up pattern. The yard is from Vivid from Calgary. She's on Etsy. This is the Rain Shine colorway. And I love them. And they're stretchy. They have a lot of give to them. I've worn them a couple times. And I hand wash them. I think you can machine wash them. I don't know. I baby them. I got some really nice smelling soak yarn wash, so I've been using that. But yeah, two at a time toe up socks I used, and did a 2x2 ribbing. And this time I was really good and did a really stretchy bind off. At Christmas is when I decided I was going to learn how to knit, and I wanted to make Christmas socks. And I found some yarn at a local yarn store in Calgary, Gina Brown's, and these are how they came out. Like, it's stripes on its own. I didn't do anything. That's how they came out. Isn't that awesome? The only problem is I didn't do a really stretchy bind off, and they're a little tight to get on. I think once I get a little bit more comfortable knitting, I'll go back and maybe rip it out and do a little bit stretchier bind off now that I know what I know. These I had to rip out twice. Well, I never knitted before, so when I got done the foot that I thought was a long enough foot and did the heel, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't know how they fit. They wouldn't even fit my youngest daughter. They were so small. So I started over and persevered, and I did it. I got them done Christmas Eve so I could wear them Christmas Day. And yeah, that's how it comes out. I didn't keep the piece of paper that goes with it to tell you what kind it is, but I've seen it a lot on Instagram, so maybe you can search it on Instagram and find it. But I love them, and they fit really good, and they're soft and stretchy, and I've worn them a couple times too, trying to get them over my foot, but I did. So they're holding up really good too. There's no real fuzz or halo or the need for shaving them, which scares me because, oh boy, I don't want to wreck them. So those are my two pairs. But I'm doing the Operation Sock Drawer hashtag on Instagram, and I'm going to have a drawer full of socks someday. Now, my youngest daughter loves to craft and do all that good stuff with us, and she always wants everything I make. So I'm making her socks too. This is Patton's Crochet sock yarn from Michaels. Self-striping, and of course, 10-year-old favorite colors, pinks and purples. It's so cute. And these are my row markers that I made myself. So I know, because these ones I'm doing one sock at a time. Still toe up, but I'm just doing one at a time. I'm trying a different pattern. This is just another vanilla sock by Sarah Stevens. You can find it on Ravelry. Because I love her and Lydia's podcast, Fiber by Design, the O-Loops girls. So these are just holding where I stopped. Like this is the last row of the toe. So these are how many rows I did until, well, down here is where I stopped to do the gusset and heel. This is after the heel. So from here to here is how many rows I did for her leg. And then I did 20 rows of the 2x2 ribbing. And a very nice stretchy bind off this time. So they're just there to show me. So now I'm doing the second sock. And I didn't write it down. So where I did it. So I just made them. They're little jewelry things from Michaels that I made. So, and the heel, look at the heel. It just goes. So I have the second one started. This is a little bag I made that I keep it in. I made this a long time ago that I usually keep my crochet hooks and my scissors and stuff in when we're in the car going on holidays or driving or something. Or I go to my mom's and I bring my little crocheting. Now obviously my blanket doesn't fit in here, so I have some bigger ones I made for that. But this is one I made just myself, some leftover apron scraps and goodies that I had. and a cool zipper, purple. Yeah. So it holds my sock and a little ball of yarn. Really good. I love it. And it fits in my purse, and it's squishy, so it can fold and bend and just get thrown wherever. We had badminton games this week, so I brought it along with me. So here's the second one. Now, I started the toe at a different spot in the yarn because, well, kids like that. They love 2 different color socks. Well, and I do too. And I'm probably going to make some like that, but it's kind of a pain when you're doing laundry and you can't find all the socks to line up. Chill, Mom. Doesn't matter. Just throw them in the drawer. Okay. So, anyways, here we go. This one's starting with the pink toe. And I'm just started the increasing for the gusset to move on to the heel, so it's starting to get a little wider on the sides here. These are my Addy Turbo Sock Rocket needles, US size 1, 2.5 millimeter, I think. That's what it is. So you can see it's just starting to increase there. And these are 24-inch cord, because all I know how to do is magic loop and use these kind of cords. I've never used straight needles for anything, because I haven't really knitted anything else. I've knitted some hats now, and I'm working on a cowl that I started after Christmas that's just taking forever, and I'm just letting it sit, time out for a little bit. So I'll bring my hats and show them off next time, but these are the socks I've been making. And I like socks because it's straight stock, well, the ones I do are straight stockinette stitch, and so they don't require a lot of thinking sometimes when you're at badminton or a basketball game. It's small, just sits on your lap, you can knit, do something with your hands. I have trouble sitting still sometimes, you know, so it's one of those good things to take in the car. It doesn't take up a lot of room, like, say, the temperature afghan. And you can't really work on the temperature afghan anyway, because you need to use that for, well, you got to find out the temperature, right? So, technical difficulties again. Yeah, so you can't bring the temperature afghan because it depends on what the weather was. Unless you're behind and you want to catch up. Sure, that's good too. That'll work. But yeah, so this week I'd like to finish the other sock. My friends and I were going to start knitting socks together, I think. And we ordered some new yarn from Vivid. Sparkly sock yarn. So I think we're going to make them together. So I'm trying to get this finished. Maybe we can start them next week. So maybe I can get this finished in the next couple of days. So, yeah. So, back to the quilting. If you have any questions, anybody has any questions about anything, please let me know. I have some enabling I could tell you about. Right now on Craftsy, one of my favorite, I shouldn't say my favorite, play favorites, but Camille's Craftsy class, the second one, Playful Piecing, is on 50% off right now. So if you want to learn how to quilt, she's pretty much who taught me how to quilt, between her and Jenny from Missouri Star Quilt Company. It's great because you download the video, you can pause it, go along with her, rewind. She teaches you the right way of doing things, maybe not what your grandma used to do, you know, some bad habits you pick. Or if you just never have done it before, she shows you what to do, step by step, beginning to end, binding, quilting, cutting, piecing, sewing, you name it. It's a good one to take, so it's very fun. I also have some things coming in the mail the next couple of weeks, some knitting things, and I'm still patiently waiting till the end of the month that we can go to the Red Deer Quilt Show, so that's great. And I just wanted to say hi to my friends, Amber and Kim. Thanks you guys for watching. Your comments made my day. It was so fun. So I hope in the next couple weeks, maybe next podcast, Heather's going to come on. Heather's my quilty friend from Quilt Club that has been coming over and quilting on the long arm. She's got multiple quilt tops to be finished. So she's been coming over and doing a few. So maybe we can show them off. Maybe I'll bring out some of the older quilts I've made and show them off with our long arming skills that we've been learning. But I just wanted to say thanks for coming last time. Thanks for coming again, or returning viewers, new viewers. Thank you guys. It was really fun to do, and your comments made my day, and it was fun. So I'll be back in a week, hopefully with a finished quilt top to show you the quilting, maybe with Heather, maybe with a finished sock to match this one, and maybe some of the mailbox goodies that I got, that I found some good deals. So hope you guys have a good week. If you have any questions or comments, you can message me on Instagram or leave them down here in the comments section. But yes, I'm Polka Dot Creek on Instagram. I have an Etsy store that I sell a few goodies in and supplies in. And there's going to be more coming. I have big plans for the summer. So we have Easter holidays in a couple weeks, so we'll be sewing up a storm. Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, so let's be friends. And have a good week. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.